these things do have impacts on the games you win and lose. For Luke Smith, I bet he thought he was on top of the world when he struck that guy out and started cussing him out on live TV in slow motion with the zoomed in on his face. The next inning, it bit him in the butt.
Level. This is why.
So we're here today, and obviously college baseball season has started. High school baseball has been going on now for a little bit. And what always happens in college baseball is we all see clips about pimp jobs and K-struts. And, you know, is it appropriate? Is it not? You got the old heads who hate it all the time. You got like the new generation of players who think it's cool in any situation. Most of the guys in my generation who came up in college from, 2010 to 2015 and then played professionally after that, we kind of sit in the middle, right? We think it's okay in some situations. We don't like it in other situations. And I also want to add some nuance to this, which is depending on when you do a pimp job, when you do a K-strut, you could be adding momentum to your team, or you could be adding momentum to the opposing team. And I think it's important to think about it like this, because if you do one of these things in the wrong situation, you're giving the opposing team more momentum, more energy in their dugout than your own. All right, so I want to talk about that. Remember, guys, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button on the video if you can. You know about our QR code. Scan one of those if any of them are interesting to you. And I want to get right into it and go over some situations. So, midweek madness yesterday. We had opening weekend this past weekend in college baseball, and we're already seeing clips like this, right? We're already seeing pimp jobs in ridiculous situations, pitchers coming off the mound, K-strutting in the first inning, and that's going to be my first situation, okay? First inning for a starting pitcher, and we're going to play this a little bit. Just an average inning, okay? Let's go 1, 2, 3 inning. With, one strikeout. 1K, 1, 2, 3 inning. All right, so is this an appropriate time as a starting pitcher to kind of come off the mound screaming, "Let's go!" and, maybe some other things and kind of go, doing this thing, and you know how it is, right? Nobody did that when I played. I think the upperclassmen would have killed you if you did that. But you see it happen almost in every game now. Is this appropriate? I want you guys to answer it. Let me know what you think. I'm going to give you guys a few seconds. In my mind, this is maybe one of the worst times and situations to do this. Don't do it, okay? And here's my reasoning. You're the starting pitcher. Your goal is to go 6, 7 innings. So first of all, if you come off the first inning, right? You're not even close to being done. You're in the first inning. You come off the game or out of the inning and you're K-strutting and screaming off the mound. Well, let's say you get knocked out in the third inning. You just look like a complete and utter moron, an idiot. For, coming the first inning acting like you've done something. Dude, you got 5 or 6 innings to go. Like, bare minimum, as a starting pitcher, you should probably go 5 innings, right? Obviously, in the first couple weekends, people are monitoring pitch counts, but you guys understand what I'm saying. Now, when you do this, listen, guys, you have to think about the impact on your dugout and the impact on the other team's dugout. As a hitter, me personally, when pitchers ever did something like this, now, again, you didn't see it nearly as much when I was in college as you do now. You see it every game. My number one reaction was always like, this guy's not getting me out. Like, I'm not getting out, and then when I get a base knock, score a run, whatever, I'm talking trash to him. I'm letting him know, dude, you were K-strutting in the first inning, and now we're up 8-3 on you. We're going to let him know. And so what starting pitchers, when you guys do this, when you come off the mound in the first inning and you K-strut and you're screaming, the other team, first of all, is super energized to get you out of the game, because when you get knocked out in the third inning, they're going to let you have it. They're going to let you have it. What happened to that first inning, dude? What happened? Hey, see ya. That's what they're going to be saying, and probably some worse stuff in there. But you understand what I'm saying. So please do not do this, starting pitchers. The coldest, nastiest guys I ever faced, when they went 1, 2, 3, no matter if they struck out the side, struck out one guy, whatever, they struck him out, and they just walked off the field. You know why? Because they acted like they. You know what that says subliminally to the opposing team when you 1, 2, 3 mow down the order. It tells them, dude, he's about to do this the whole rest of the game. Like this is normal for him. This is what he does every inning. When you come off and you're screaming and yelling in the first inning, it kind of looks like, is this the first time he's ever had a 1, 2, 3 inning? Right? So like subliminally, you're also sending the wrong messages. Now, let's say 7th inning, bases loaded, 1 out. And you're a bullpen guy, you come in and you strike out the remaining 2 hitters, you get your team out of a massive jam. Is this a good time now to do maybe a little K strut, celebrate? Don't do too much, but I get it, have fun, you just got out of a jam. Is this a good one? This is a good time to do it. Yes. Yes. Please do it. It's going to excite your team. Number one, your team's already pumped up because they thought, gosh, we're in a terrible situation. It's a tight game. They got bases loaded, 1 out, like a double. We're probably down. Home run, we're definitely down. Even 1 hit, I don't know if it's a 1-run, 2-run game, they're tying it or they're going ahead. So you come in, you shut the door in a massive situation. Dude, K-strut off the mound. Scream, yell, whatever you want to do, right? Some of the old heads still may not like it, but at least they will understand why you're doing it. This is a great time, one, because now the opposing dugout is super demoralized. They were in a massive situation. They got bases loaded, 1 out. We're about to take the lead or tie the game. And then to get no runs in that situation where after you come in is super demoralizing. You're K-strutting, screaming off the mound. They are demoralized. And your team, the momentum shifts entirely to your team, right? Baseball is a game of momentum. It never really gets talked about. I try to always talk about it in the broadcast, but baseball is a massive game of momentum. And that's why I bring this up, because if you do these in the wrong situations, generally you're giving way more energy and way more momentum to the opposing dugout. Now let's go to hitting. Let's say 3rd inning, you're down 5-0, losing 5-0, and you hit a solo shot, solo home run. All right, is this a good time to like hit it and sit there and kind of like, point out there, look in the dugout and be like, yeah, like you know how I do, like stuff. Like, you think let me answer, is this a good time to pimp a home run? Correct. It is not a good time to hit a run. Or pimp it. Don't do it. Please do not do this. Please do not do this. Now think about it again, guys. You're losing 5-0. Does that team care that you hit a solo home run? Like, they would prefer you not hit a home run, but what's the old adage? Solo shots aren't going to beat you. Solo home runs are never going to beat you. So, one, they don't care that you hit a home run. Now, and your team, even though some of the guys in the dugout, probably the bench guys that don't play, they're in there thinking, oh, they're dapping you up and they're screaming. They think it's so cool. But like the rest of your team and your coaching staff's like, we're still down by 4 runs. Now the opposing team sees you pimping it when they're up 5 runs. They're like, dude, let's just destroy these guys and boat race them. Let's put up 5 more runs next inning and make it 10-1. And we're gonna pimp every single one we do. We're gonna pimp every home run we hit, every double. We're gonna do our crazy. We're going to do our dance on second base, whatever it is. So this is why you do not want to do it. Again, guys, because it's not just about, again, and I know social media, you're going to get on video and stuff, but like you need to be thinking about your team first. When you pimp a solo shot and you're down 5-0 or whatever, even if you're down 3-0, the other team is getting way more momentum than you, right? Because your team still knows we got to get 4 more runs. Like we got to get guys on base again. We got to try to get some runs. The opposing team is like, screw these guys. Like I said, we're going to boat race them, put up 5 more runs. We'll make this a 10-1 game. And like they ain't going to be pimping any more home runs on us, right? So you always have to be thinking about the momentum shift that your actions are causing. And when you pimp a home run and you're down big still, you're giving way too much energy to the opposing team. The exact same thing as a guy coming in the first inning as a starter and like K-strutting and screaming after the first inning. The opposing team's just thinking like, who does this guy think he is? Like, let's knock this guy out of the game, right? And that is the mindset. Now, another situation. 8th inning. Losing 4-3. 3-run shot to take the lead. Is this an okay time to pimp a home run? Let me know what you think. 1, 2, 3. Shouldn't be that long. Shouldn't take you that long. Yes. Yes. Again, because why? The opposing team is sitting there in this situation and thinking, oh my, like we got to get out of this, man. We got a 1-run lead. We got to get out of this. And then you hit that 3-run shot. They are demoralized. It's the 8th inning. They got that 1-run lead. There's there's 3 or 4 outs more to go. If we just get out of this, we're in a good situation to win the game. And now they're down 2 runs, right? What you don't want to do is like way overdo it. Like, and again, this gets to the pimp job stuff. This is a great time to do it. Pimp it. Don't throw the bat 500 feet in the air. Don't sit there for 10 seconds. But pimp it. Watch it for a little bit. Kind of toss a bat and run. Don't talk trash. What guys do wrong here is they over pimp the crap out of it. And what happens is what was a demoralizing event for the opposing team, right? Their morale in the dugout's way down. They quiet down all of a sudden. But when you overdo it, it re-energizes them to be like, all right, let's go out there and score some more runs because, man, like this guy is just a complete a-hole, right? The guy whoever's pimping the home run. So it's a great time to do it. Watch it a little bit. Toss the bat, not super high. Please do not look at the pitcher and trash talk him or look at the dugout and trash talk him because that's what they want you to do in that situation to give them energy, okay? And we're seeing this already a little bit. You saw this in the Georgia-Kennesaw State game last night where I believe Slate Alford hits a home run and they're down 5-3 and he hits a solo shot and he just pimped the ever-living crap out of it. There's no other way to say it. And again, Georgia ends up winning the game, but you could see if you watch that game and you watch that time, Kennesaw State's dugout is going crazy. Their defense, the pitcher, they're all going crazy. He's pointing at the pitcher. He's saying stuff to the pitcher. He's saying stuff to other people. And again, it ended up being okay, right? It's not always going to bite you it's not always going to bite you in the backside if you do that. But you just don't want to play with fire because you play with fire, eventually you are going to get burned. So great time to do it here, but please just don't overdo it. And the same is true in all these situations. In these situations when it's okay to do it, just don't overdo it, right? The same is true with a pitcher. Like you remember, I think it was Luke Smith with Louisville, the famous guy in the College World Series, 4 or 5 years ago, maybe 6 years ago, who, strikes out the hitter and the camera zooms in on his face and he's saying, I don't want to say it, frick you, you guys know what I'm saying, and he's saying it just over and over, and I bet he felt like he was such a total bad A, and again, there's a bunch of kids that watched that and thought it was so cool. Well, what ended up happening the next inning? He gave it up. He gave it up because he hadn't completed the mission, and that's the last situation. For pitchers in general, complete the mission. Now, what does that mean to complete the mission? And why does this only apply to pitchers? Well, if you're a starting pitcher, completing the mission is like, let's go at least 5 innings, right? You know what your pitch count is. Your pitching coach is telling you like, hey, you're at 83 pitches. This is probably your last inning. You get out of that inning and you've pitched well and your team's got the lead and you've done a great job and you want a K-strut or you want to scream, whatever, fine. You're a bullpen guy. You come in, your coach is telling you, hey, you got 1 inning. 1, 2, 3 inning, you do a great job. You want to come off, fine. And again, remember, if you're down 8 runs and you're in the bullpen guy, you complete the mission, but you're still down 8 runs, don't do it. You look like an idiot. You just look like a moron. If it's a close game, though, within 2 runs, 3 runs, okay. So if you're a bullpen guy, completing your mission is going to look different than a starter. Like I said, if you're a starter, and I saw this happen the last 3 years, I've seen this happen so many times, it's killed me, where, like this first scenario, the starting pitchers come out 1, 2, 3 inning, or even sometimes giving up a run or two. Like, imagine that, giving up a run or two in the first inning and comes off the mound screaming, like, because it was a bases-loaded situation that he pitched himself into. It's not like a bullpen guy came in and got out of a jam. He started the inning, gave up a couple runs, there's bases loaded, 2 outs, and then he's like flexing and screaming coming off the mound, and I'm sitting there in the booth thinking, what has happened where in baseball in general where a player thinks that's appropriate after that performance, right? So complete the mission. Your mission is not complete until as a starting pitcher, you know, hey, this is my last inning, or I'm out of the game. I've done a great job pitching. Hitting, it's not about the mission. It's just about the situation that you're in. Remember, like, you hit a solo shot in the first inning, great, but like, let's not start talking trash to the other team and like over pimping the crap out of it and everything like that. So guys, I'm interested to know what you guys think of this. Again, baseball is a sport of momentum. And if you do these things in the wrong scenarios, you're giving the opposing team way too much energy, way too much momentum, and that's not what we want. We want to maintain the momentum on our team's side as much as we can. So let me know what you think about this. Post it in the comments what your answers were, and then let's have a discussion. Maybe you think you're one of the new generation. You think, oh, it's all about having fun, right? I'm not against having fun, but what I'm saying is what I want to do is win. And if what you're doing is impacting your team's chances to win, that is selfish. And you actually don't care. Your number one priority is not winning. Your number one priority is getting on YouTube or getting on X and going viral because you did like a crazy pimp job, even though your team ended up losing because the other team was so riled up by it, right? That's what I'm trying to convey, is that these things do have impacts on the games you win and lose. And if you do these in the wrong situations, like I said, the other team gets momentum, and all of a sudden that next inning for Luke Smith, I bet he thought he was on top of the world when he struck that guy out and started cussing him out on live TV in slow motion with the zoomed in on his face. The next inning, it bit him in the butt. It came back to bite him, because when you do that to a team, I promise you, if he had struck that guy out and just walked cold off the mound like, yeah, it's coming again, that's what the other team would have thought, like, holy cow, dude, he's like, this guy's dealing. As soon as he started cussing that guy out, that whole team was like, let's get this blank. Let's get this blank. I can promise you, I've been that guy in the dugout, like, this guy's not getting us out again. Let's put up runs on this guy. Screw this guy, right? And that's what you don't want to happen. So let me know what you think. Again, guys, appreciate all the support you've put on the videos. We'll be back in tomorrow with another one. Please let me know. Do you think this is right? Do you understand this? Do you think I'm an idiot? Let me know.